Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to a daily energy check-in. Today we're going to do a special edition reading and focus on divine masculine energy. The way I heard it and was guided to do this reading is to go into the past, present and future for divine masculines. What do we need to know? This will be of course useful guidance for divine masculines watching to get that perspective of what is important to pay attention to right now, as well as some advice, but also will be useful for cross watchers to get some insights into what's going on with your twin flame counterpart, and maybe also a perspective of what's happening with divine masculine energy in general, because we all have both. So even as a divine feminine, you may still want to look at those scenarios, those patterns within yourself for the sake of your internal masculine. At the end, I'll post some messages from divine masculines to divine feminines watching. Okay, we'll start with an oracle message as always, and today I've got the oracle of the fairies with me, so we'll get it for both twins, since a lot of feminines are going to be watching this video. So we'll actually start with a message for divine feminines, and then we'll focus on divine masculines entirely. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm well on my way with my recovery. I got 2 cards, we'll take them. But still getting some tickle in my throat now and then. So I apologize in advance if I couldn't help but, cough for a while. I'll do my best, I promise. So you've got wisdom and wait for winter. Wow, that's interesting. Have you ever been told that you've been wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. So it's the wisdom that you already have. You don't need anybody else's wisdom, but call upon your own. And wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So we are in winter. You don't need to wait, divine feminine, but this is a reminder that we're well in the middle of that season. So you may as well call upon this fairy of winter. It's called Fairy Queen of Winter. Call upon the Fairy Queen of Winter to help you with whatever your goals and intentions are, as long as they are aimed at the highest good for everyone involved. What do we have for divine feminines? Solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you're all one. Alone, all one, and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. So you need to hear what your soul is trying to tell you, and also what your guides are trying to tell you, divine masculines. And for that, you need some solitude. And I keep reiterating this, that being in nature and connecting with Mother Earth is the easiest and best way to actually get connected to your soul, to the divine, to the ethers, and hear the messages that you're supposed to hear. All right. I'm gonna use the Spellcaster Tarot for the main read. This will be a 9-card read. By the way, we have a new episode of Mindfully Awake out. It is about loving difficult people. So if that's something that you are experiencing or even did experience in your life, and maybe you haven't fully processed it, like what was it, or why did I have to go through that hell? And difficult people actually can mean very different things, and I use classification by Roy Lilly for that. There are 7 types of difficult people according to Roy, and of course we talk about dealing with them, asking the right questions to make sure that you can make the call of whether you want to keep fighting for it, or if you want to go and do something else, be with someone else. And of course a little bit of reflection on What does it tell you about your story, your possibly insecurities and unhealed wounds? Which I'm sure that on this channel, you know, we talk about it a lot, and we've talked about it for a while, so you guys probably know, but still, it's definitely was quite refreshing to give that perspective to this topic. So by all means, check it out. There's a link in the community tab and in yesterday's video as well. So yeah, or you can of course just search for Mindfully Awake, and there's a good chance that that will be like the first video that you'll find, because they usually post the most recent video on the top. Bottom of the deck is the Temperance. Yes, we like seeing that, and it's part of like the no rush, being in solitude and like listening, right? It's part of that process. The alchemy is happening where more peace is coming in, more harmony, and more understanding of self through both the lens of the masculine and the feminine energy, right? We need both to find that peace. So when we go into the past, we see the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Tower. So there is something that the masculines have been working on, you know, putting a lot of time and effort into it. And then the lightning strikes and everything goes to hell. And for some, it quite literally means that whatever they've been building just suddenly was ruined. And it's like the masculines got it as a clear message that that's not for them. For others, it just didn't turn out to be what they wanted. So it's kind of like it came to a closure, or it was a success, it was a victory, but it wasn't as satisfying as the masculine wanted. And that actually brought in some new insights, you know, and kind of like shocking news in terms of, oh, that's actually not something that would make me happy. I thought it might, because maybe it made your friend happy or your parents happy, but, or maybe it was just their advice, you know, and you thought, okay, they know what's best for me, right? So I'm just gonna go with it. Because the Page energy is a little immature, it's kind of young energy. So it may be like, you know, when we're younger, we tend to follow somebody else's advice or recommendation faster. And that's what happened with Divine Masculine. And by the way, this could be very recently, but this could also be like 10 years ago. This is just the part of the past that's actually relevant to what is happening in Divine Masculine Collective right now, right? So this is to keep in mind, like basically masculines have been burned, where they thought they followed their dream, they were on the right track, they put in the effort, they wanted to stick with it, they kind of saw it through, and it didn't turn out to be what they were expecting. For the present, we have Knight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hermit. So two major arcanas here. So as you can see, there's a lot of divine orchestration coming in. This is again the Solitude card, the Solitude energy, where the masculines may be wanting to go on adventure, have some fun, meet people, be with women, maybe for some, right? Like do something more daredevil, and have that part of having fun, quote unquote, for them is to have appreciation or admiration from the cheering crowd. That's what I'm hearing, right? But the divine energy decides otherwise. And there's more of silence and more of solitude that's coming into divine masculine's life instead. So divine masculine's watching, if you feel like that's again something's off, or you know, universe is not giving you what you want, it's not really what the case is. It's more like that the you may show resistance to what universe is bringing to you, but instead it's important to take a break and surrender for a moment, and you'll start feeling this new energies, and you'll start hearing new kind of insights and messages, and get nudges to start digging in a new direction and do something differently, right? The luck is actually on your side. The universe is helping you get to where you need to be faster. But you know, we still have free will. So make sure that you're not using yours to stay where you're at or to keep proving yourself in the universe that you're right, that you know better. Is it more important to be right or to be happy? Think about that. And yes, you have a choice, at least for a little while. With the Tower, you don't really have a choice, but that's in the past, so I'll give it to you. And then for the future, we have Eight of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Cups. Look at that. We have major arcana in every single row of this reading, right? So your higher power is with you, Divine Masculines. Your feminine's love is also with you, right? And it's becoming stronger. It's going to be up to you to decide like which way you see this future with your Divine Feminine, right? How you want to approach it. Are you going to be in your head and just torturing yourself with looking for the perfect time, or trying to, how do I say this, to kind of get an insider view and dig some information on, you know, how much Divine Feminine is into you, and if they're gonna say yes at that moment when you're ready to present what you got, right? When you are ready to make it public or to share your feelings fully. Like, what would be their answer? Are they still into you? Do they still want this, right? Divine Masculines are trying to investigate or get some, I'm trying to think of the word, how would I call this? But yeah, basically some gossip, or just get some info from friends or something like that, and try to not to expose themselves too early. But yeah, it can eventually drive them quite insane, so masculines, be careful with that. You don't need to do things by the book of like a specific something that you've read or the way that your friend did it, right? It doesn't have to be that conventional, and as twins, of course, we are unconventional by definition, so you know, there is no wrong way to say the right words, right? And you also don't have to, you know, say it like go from 0 to 100%. You can build a steady friendship with your Divine Feminine, right? If you're there, then maybe go into a deeper level of friendship, or start spending more time together, build a bigger commitment with each other, maybe engage in some interesting project, right? So that it's less intimidating for you and you don't end up sabotaging the whole thing, but also you're moving forward, and you know, it's something tangible that you can build upon. Very interesting what the masculines are focusing on these days. I am gonna pull some messages actually from the tarot deck. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. This is the After Tarot, so I decided that I want to use tarot today. We got the King of Cups. What else? This is a message from Divine Masculines to Divine Feminines watching. Six of Swords. Anything else? Yes. And 10 of Wands. So masculines are saying, I'm dealing with some of my silly fears, maybe my childhood fears, that I'm tired of hanging on to. I'm getting rid of those. I'm working through them. I'm trying to be a bigger man, taking a high road, and, you know, just being wiser, because, you know, age-wise, I'm getting there, and I don't want to be too afraid, or I don't want to be focusing on the wrong things and missing important opportunities in my life, including our future together. I want to be the leader, want to be the person who holds you up, who takes you to safety, who is your rock, who is your, always has your back. And I know that at times it will mean that we'll also share each other's difficulties and burdens, and I won't be able to be the hero of the day 100% of the time, and sometimes you'll need to lift me up and support me, and I'm trying to make peace with that, within my masculine ego, within the way that I'm used to seeing masculine energy and being a masculine, right? So I'm learning I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but boy, it's tough. So I'm doing the best I can with the time that I have. I love you. That was the message from the masculines to the feminines. I hope this was useful to you guys. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time.